Good morning or afternoon. I guess it's afternoon here because we didn't do the time change. Exciting stuff. I wanted everybody to hear this. So yesterday, if you know from my previous videos, there are some people coming at us who are trying to, um, I guess, well, steal our son. So we got a really exciting voicemail yesterday. I don't know who it's from. I mean, there's a name of somebody, but I don't know if this person is a was it a live person who left this message, or if it was a voice recording from a terrorist. I have no idea, but I do want to play it for you guys. And if this is a real person, let's see if we can make her famous. Okay, maybe you can call her up. I don't know, call up this number and let this person know what you think about about her. Well, let me just cut to the chase first before I play it for you. So what this person is claiming is that she has, or her corporation, DCF, which is a corporation, a private corporation, that DCF has legal custody of our son. Now, legal custody is actually just something that's on paper. Legal custody is not actually it's a person, but it's not a human. So if somebody has legal custody, it means that they have, let's say, um, their birth certificate. Now, what you may not know, and obviously what DCF doesn't know, or the courts, or anybody for that matter who's coming at us, or even the police, is my son actually doesn't have a birth certificate anymore, or not a legal birth certificate. As a matter of fact, no kid born after 1999 has legal birth certificates. They're all written in the birth certificate system ended in 1999. If you want to learn more about that, go to lastflagstanding.com to find out about this birth certificate system. And some of you people who are like, oh, you crazy conspiracy theorists, you're talking about your straw man or whatever. Well, there is something to that. As a lot of you truthers out there know, all of these conspiracy theories that we've all been accused of actually coming true. Maybe it hasn't affected you yet, but I do want you to learn about it so that if it does start to affect you, you at least have knowledge of it. I'm a person who is much better under pressure. So for me, my knowledge came like as we were in the fire, so to speak. So I was able to deal with this. I'm not really wired for a lot of fear, so I handled it, fairly well, I would say. But some of you who like to plan things ahead, I would, I would caution you, like, don't wait to learn about these things until, there's a police officer pounding on your door. Really arm yourself ahead of time with this knowledge so that you don't panic, because a lot of people don't make good decisions when they're under pressure. I do, because for me, I don't like to vacillate and think about things forever, because then you just flip flop on your decisions. Usually, it's your gut decision that's the right one. That's the one that doesn't come from fear. So stick with that one. Um, so here's this voicemail. Her saying that she wants to avoid traumatizing our son. I'm not really sure why she's avoiding traumatizing. Like, is she planning on traumatizing him? Because she talks about how she's going to forcibly remove him from our house if we don't um, do what they want. They want us to play with the courts. They want us to go to court. They want us to admit, that yes, they have legal custody of our son, which they don't, but they want us to admit this. It's never going to happen. We're not going to admit it. So this voicemail is basically, it's extortion. It's rape. They're asking us to perform, um, or this will happen. So if you don't perform, if you don't go to court, then we're going to kidnap your son. And it's really as simple as this, folks. Please listen to this, and maybe we can make this gal famous, okay? Oh, I didn't set it up. Here it is.
Hi, Jim. This is Laura Blakely. I'm a supervisor at DCF in Framingham. I left your message yesterday as well. We really would like to be able to speak with you and Deb about what's happening with the DCF and the legal case. I understand that particularly Deb is trying to believe that we have obtained custody or were granted custody through juvenile court of your son Joseph, but I can assure you that that is correct, that we do have temporary custody of your son Joseph. We do want to be able to speak with you and see if we can make a plan. We really do not want to traumatize your son by having a forceful removal of him from your home. It's very important that we be able to speak with you. I'm going to leave you my cell phone just because I'm not in the office all the time. It's very short, 508-864-2185, and give us Laura Blakely at DCF in Framingham. Thank you. And give us Laura Blakely at DCF. 864-2185, and give us Laura.
All right, everybody get that? 508-864-2185. Was that it? You can listen to it again. But let's see if anybody has anything you want to say to her about her. I mean, maybe it's not a her. Maybe it's a recording from a terrorist in another country. Maybe she wants ransom. I don't know. I have no idea. But if anybody wants to call her and let her know what you think of her threatening to traumatize my son and or kidnap him, please be my guest. I'm sure she'd love to hear from you. I mean, she'd love to hear from me, but I'm not going to call her because, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. She's a fiction person. She hasn't identified herself as a fact. I know I'm getting into something where 99.5% of you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but she has identified herself as a legal person. That's a person on paper. I can't talk to a person on paper. I got to talk to a live life person. And if you can't identify yourself as a live life person, then I can't talk to you. It's funny, yesterday, or maybe it was the day before. Do you remember? I'm asking my son. I think somebody from DCF came to the door. I don't know. I didn't answer the door. And I kind of chuckled a little bit because I thought, like anybody who knows me or who's watched these videos and know what I'm doing right now, I thought, gosh, you have got some big balls coming to my door and knocking. But in truth, it was like a very little, just a timid little knock. She didn't ring any doorbells or anything, just a timid knock. And she was out of here in a flash. I thought that was kind of funny, but yeah, I mean, you people, friends, family, anybody who watches these, there's no knocking on my door right now, unless you let me know ahead of time, because I'm just never going to answer it. And also, geez, especially now with this threat of kidnapping, and I mean, I don't even know, like, threat, the kidnap threat, but then also the traumatize, like, what does that mean? Like, she's saying she's going to traumatize him. I mean, is she mean, I don't know if that's a death threat for me. Like she's going to kill me. Like, will that traumatize him? Is she going to maim him so that he'll be traumatized? I have no way of knowing. Somebody leaves a message like that. I got to think there is really, I don't know what the volition is besides somebody leaving that. And I'll tell you why I don't understand that. Because on November 15th, I filed with the court, with the federal court, this stop and correct, which means I witnessed the Department of Children and Families. I witnessed them doing something wrong. So when me as a federal postmaster and judge, when I sign my name across a stamp, or when I autograph my name across a stamp, that makes me a judge. So when I witnessed this crime, they sent somebody fiction person, Jamie F. Campbell from DCF, sent I think I showed you before in these things. She sent some paperwork that had all fictitious, grammar in it. I think I told you guys in the last video. So they're aware that they're committing these felonies. I have proof of them receiving it. They're aware. So when somebody from who identifies herself as working for DCF is aware that they're committing this um, rape and extortion. So if you're aware of it and then you call and make another threat, then I'm thinking, well, either A, you're not aware of it, or B, you don't understand it, or C, um, you're evil. I mean, I don't know. No way of knowing what the volition is. I do know that what I have and what I've sent to them is fact. They're coming at me with fiction. I come at them with fact. So, I also wanted to let you guys know the police department, the Holliston Police Department, is doing really, really great. After I sent them their stop and correct, I've had no further witnessing of them committing any felonies. I'm really proud of them for um, taking the stop and correct that I sent them and not demonstrating any more. Or demonstrating their knowledge that they received them, they perhaps comprehended what I sent, and they're taking steps not to um, cause more damage to us. And um, I can't say the same thing for the Holliston Public Schools. Um, they actually have committed, I don't even know what kind of crime that is. I mean, there's damage there somewhere. I just can't figure out what it is. But they went and gave my mother's phone number, my mother-in-law's phone number, and my sister-in-law's phone number to this private corporation, DCF. Now, they're a private corporation. It's like McDonald's. I remember one of the guys I follow on YouTube, Christopher Hauser, he was talking about how it's like McDonald's calling and asking for personal information. Like, would you give your personal information to a guy at to a server from McDonald's? Well, of course not. Well, that's just the thing. So this Holliston Public Schools, which is also a private corporation, is giving my family's information. And so now DCF is calling my family to try to terrorize them into terrorizing me into going to court to hand over my son to them. I mean, honestly, it's never ending. And people just don't have the knowledge. I understand or I comprehend. I comprehend the police department. I comprehend you don't have the knowledge. I comprehend that the people in the schools don't have the knowledge. But for God's sakes, listen to what I'm saying and try to figure out what some of this means. Just try so you can stop committing felonies, so you can stop terrorizing my family. I mean, it's not pleasant for me to get a call from family members, you know, saying that they're terrified that my son's going to get kidnapped. I I mean, they don't think he's going to get kidnapped. They think that DCF has legal custody of him. So um, so do me a solid, everybody, and please try to forward this around. Let's see if we can make this Laura Blakeney or whatever her name is from DCF famous. Everybody has her phone number. Give her a call. Let her know what you think. And let's make sure, Holliston PD, you're doing a great job not terrorizing us. I really, really do appreciate that. So let's keep up the good work. Take care, everyone.